Welcome back to First Edition. We may think we all know the diseases that affect our dogs, but what about parvovirus? Meteorologist Hannah Ronner takes a deeper dive into the disease in this week's edition of Pet Patrol.
Parvovirus is a highly contagious and often fatal puppy disease, and currently there are higher cases in parts of the country, including our neighboring state of Georgia, but other parts of the southeast as well, like Florida. But just because the Carolinas don't have perhaps a high infection rate at the moment doesn't mean there isn't still a risk that pet owners need to be aware of. Parvovirus is spread very easily, and it occurs when your pet comes into contact with an infected dog or that dog's stool. It's also spread easily through contaminated surfaces like a kennel, food and water bowls, collars, and even leashes. The virus is resistant to heat, cold, and humidity, therefore it's always going to be in season. Pets could run into infections in everyday areas too, like pet stores, parks, daycare centers, and even the groomer. There are two different strains of canine parvovirus, both of which produce very similar signs and symptoms. So make sure we're on the lookout for extreme tiredness, along with a loss of appetite, severe diarrhea, bloating, a fever, and even hypothermia. Puppies between the ages of 6 and 20 weeks are susceptible to getting this virus, along with unvaccinated dogs. And surprisingly, there's actually a few specific dog breeds that are more susceptible too, like Rottweilers, Dobermans, Bull Terriers, German Shepherds, and English Springers. Those are going to be the ones most at risk of getting parvovirus. And if you suspect that your dog has this, you need to go to the vet. They're going to do a fecal test to confirm the diagnosis. And if it's a severe case, your dog is going to have to be monitored 24/7, and they could be in the hospital for several days, where they're going to be given supportive care to help with the dehydration, medication to control nausea, pain, and help to maintain an appropriate body temperature. The best way to avoid a trip to the vet would be to get educated on how you can protect your pet. Puppies are most susceptible, but some more than others, because puppies can actually get natural protection from their mom when their mom passes antibodies on to them as babies. But that's not always the case, and their natural protection from their mom may wear off as they get older. As a result, it's important to get the DHPP vaccination. Puppies will get their first dose between the ages of 6 and 8 weeks, and then they're going to get 2 more doses 2 to 4 weeks apart. So make sure that you keep your pet away from any other dog that is showing a sign of sickness, and make sure that you always clean up after your pet, especially if you're walking them in a public area. You can find this story on WBTW.com, and while you're there, go to the community tab where you're going to find the News 13 Pet Patrol page, and there you can upload a photo of your pet, giving them the potential to get featured on air during News 13 First Edition. This week, our pet highlight is Henry, who apparently comes running every single time his parents bring out the snacks. Who's to blame them? We'll see you back here next Monday for the latest in Pet Patrol.